Hi, my name is Marvin Balika. Today is October 19th, 2020, and this is my submission for the lists assignment. So we were supposed to write a code that had to answer a few questions in Python. So I'm just going to run the software, the code, so you can see the results. I'll run the module, and this is the result you get. So I'm going to walk you through each and every step to explain how we ended up with that. It's a long piece of code, but bear with me. Okay, so the first part wants us to, the first question was to create a list, call it components, and print out all the elements in a single line. To do that, I used the list over there where you use the square brackets, and I put in 5 elements in it: resistor, capacitor, motor, wire, and relay. And then I use the for loop to call each line and print one on each line. So that was a for component in components. Print component the title like we learned last week, calls the function and returns it with a capitalize the first letter in the system. And the next question was about taking those things in the list and making 5 unique lines. So I used the f string component title like before, and then I gave it the 5 each line to do itself. So from the results you can see the first one was a resistor, capacitor, motor, wire, relay, and the next one was the same 5 words but with unique lines to it. And then after that, the next part of the code was question 3, was create my own list. I went with animals, and it had 6 elements in it: dogs, cats, fish, turtles, birds, snakes. And then for that I went with a for pets, in animals, print the pet, and then unique sentence can be purchased at Petco. And then after that I was supposed to add an element to my list, so I chose the word hamster. I printed that out so you can see the difference between the original list, and then you added the word hamsters to it. And then the next one was to remove an element with whatever method. So I went with the dot remove, which permanently removes the string from the list. So the list, as you can see here, was reduced from contains the word snakes, and the word snakes was dropped. And then after that we were supposed to pop out a word, and I did I popped out the word from the list, and then I appended the word back into the list. So you can see that right here where the element hamster was popped out from the list, and the element hamsters was returned to the list. So that's using the pop and the dot append. And then after that was use a delete function, which is del animals, so del animals, and then you have to create the list, and then you can print out the empty list, so the list goes back to being empty, as you can see right there. And then after that we created another list. This time I went with smartphones. I went Samsung, Alcatel, Motorola, Apple, Nokia, Sony, LG, and HTC. And then I do the original list as it was. And then now the second part of it was using the sorted one, which does a temporary sorting of the list. So you have to use the sorted list, print it out again just to show that the sorted function does a temporary changing of the list, and that can be seen right here. So you can see it goes there without being as it's in original, and then it's being sorted out alphabetical order, and that's returned to the original state. Then after that you wanted to temporarily reverse this. So for that, you use the sorted one, just like before. This way, it just does it temporarily. So we reversed the lists, and then we go back to the original again, just to show it's still working as intended. And then finally, you need to alter it. When you do the reverse call, you alter it permanently. And then you can also use the reverse multiple times, because it doesn't matter what the order of the string is. You can reverse as many times as you want back and forth without altering the list. And that can be seen down here. And then finally, we use the sort to permanently sort it alphabetically. And then the final one was sort and reverse. And that one gives you the lists. This one shows you from A to Z, and this one is Z to A. There'll be more information in the write-up. Thank you.